two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We are approximately 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And off we go in our nation's capital. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Giants offense ready to go to work, and they'll do so behind Daniel Jones in his 6th season now out of Duke.
And he's coming off an injury-shortened season where he only played in 6 games, going 1-5 over that span, with just 3 total touchdowns on the year. But the Giants have a lot of confidence in him. They didn't draft a quarterback this year, and they're looking for him to bounce back and prove that last year was an anomaly.
Jones looking to throw right away. He finds Robinson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Throwing Jones. Out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dorrance Armstrong in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Jones. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's to McCaffrey, complete.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Daniels going to throw for it. And he is caught and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there. Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Eckler is in. Touchdown, Commanders. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
And they'll begin by running the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. How about Jonathan Allen there, pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line? And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
That's to the rookie. It's Malik Neighbors. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And everyone wants a dynamic receiver on the outside, and he may take it to a new level. Slot fade, one of his favorite routes when he played at LSU. And head coach Brian Daboll, he loves the competitiveness that Neighbors brings to the table.
Left side, he's got Robinson. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a toss to Singletary running to the left. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And that is incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Gano's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Well, now how about this return? And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing now is Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 56 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Seibert on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The New York set to take the field. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Robinson's got it. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Now it's Crowder. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense and Terry McLaurin headed back onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Here's Daniels. Zach Ertz has it complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air goes Daniels. Open man is Noah Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw is Daniels. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now Daniels. Buying time to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Jones now throwing to start the drive. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
From the 36, Jones. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Seibert on for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Jones, another shot here after the pick 6.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
What a treat to watch the rookie in that first half. The #2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Daniels looking to throw. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and Daniel Jones set to take over again. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Throwing Jones. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
And Singletary has found a new home with the Giants after successful stints in Buffalo and Houston. He's coming off of 3 consecutive seasons where he produced over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, and New York is hoping that trend continues.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now Jones.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36.
11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Looking to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up fourth down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Gano's kick is good, and the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Got him in. It's Brown. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Commanders Field. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. This one caught by Crowder. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
24 yards.
And the Commanders are able to stretch out their lead. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Looking to throw. Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Michael Davis. Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
So a victory here for the Commanders.
And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long.